Hey! What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Well, my name is Jeremy, aka, well, come on! It's your boy, RPG, Red, Purple, Gold. Now, before we get into the brand new review today, I just wanted to be able to take this time, as I always do, to remind you to subscribe to the channel. Take just a couple of seconds, give the video that thumbs up, like the video, because it definitely does help. Also, right down there, right below you, in that comments section, feel free to leave any comments that you might like, because it's definitely the best way to be able to get that dialogue started back and forth. And of course, last but definitely not least, ding dong, you know how it goes. Bell gang, do not forget to hit that notification bell, become part of the ever-going Bell gang, so that each time that I put up a brand new piece of content, you'll be the first to be notified, and then you can be able to take in that video whenever you would like. Well, you guys, I'm so happy to be back again for another episode of my ongoing series, RPG Reviews, Previews, and General News. And I'm coming to you today with a brand new review of a new album, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. So, the new album that we're going to be doing a review on tonight is going to be the brand new album by Schoolboy Q called Crash Talk. Now, Schoolboy Q, or better known by his government name as Quincy Hanley, actually just released a brand new album, as I stated at the top, called Crash Talk. Now, this is his fourth studio album release, and it was actually released on April the 26th, 2019. So literally just like a week or two ago. Now, I'll admit, I do have some ups and downs when it comes to Schoolboy Q. But before I tell you about that, I definitely wanted to be able to show you guys, as I always love to do, the album cover art so that you can be able to go out and find the album for yourself out there in the wild. And because of how brand new this album was, I actually was able to get not the largest picture of it, but here is the actual album cover art for the brand new Schoolboy Q called Crash Talk. Bring it in a little bit close, pull it back, bring it in one more time. So again, that is the new album cover art for the new album called Crash Talk. But like I said, I have an up and down relationship when it comes to Schoolboy Q. You know, there are things about him and his albums that I like, and other aspects and different things that I'm just not always the biggest fan of. Now for me, Habits and Contradictions, you know, really his first studio album, I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't, it had some good parts, it suffered, you know, in a couple areas, but it was more akin to rap at that time, to where you had your 3 or 4 just kind of blow you away songs, and the rest of the album, they never really kind of caught up to how good some of those main singles were. But then, 2-3 years after his first album, he actually released Oxymoron, and that album was amazing. I absolutely loved Oxymoron. It was probably one of my favorites of that year. But then, right after he puts out an incredible album like Oxymoron, he comes out with the Blank Face LP, and I'm not gonna lie, I literally thought that album was terrible. I didn't like it at all. I mean, now granted, of course, Oxymoron was really my main first foray into really getting into and really starting to like Schoolboy Q. So there was, like I said, there were those 3 or 4 songs off of Habits and Contradictions that I did like. But him overall, I'm like, yeah, you know, I like these songs, but I don't know if I like him. But Oxymoron, I was like, whoa. I now like Schoolboy Q a lot. But then Now, at least this is just for me, in my personal opinion, that when the Blank Face LP came out, I didn't connect with it at all. I didn't think it was a good album, and off of how good Oxymoron was, I literally was like blown away. I'm like, I don't understand. How was Oxymoron so good, and yet the Blank Face LP to me was just bad? And now we're here on the brand new album, Crash Talk. And I think that it's really good. Now, as I always love to do in each one of my videos, is to be able to give you guys, of course, in my own opinion, my personal opinion, some of my favorite songs off of the brand new album, Crash Talk. So some of my favorite songs are Chopsticks, featuring Travis Scott, Lies, featuring Ty Dolla $ign, 5200, and Floating, featuring 21 Savage. Now, guys, I know why you're here, the same as the first review that I did, this one, and all the ones into the future. You are here because you want to know what my final verdict is on the brand new album by Schoolboy Q called Crash Talk. Well, like I just said, I think that the album is good. But something about it, again, similar to Habits and Contradictions, but definitely not similar to the Blank Face. I think it is good, but the album overall, it hasn't blown me away. It's a good album, and I'd say I'd probably listen to it maybe about 1 to 3 times a week. So let's just put that into contrast, because I just late last week had put out my brand new review for the new mixtape by Wiz Khalifa, and that album I'm listening to maybe 1 to 3 times a day, where this album I'm listening to 1 to 3 times a week. So just a little bit of that contradiction, or just a little bit of that contrast right there. But like I said, it is a good album. However, just for me personally, and I know this to be true just for me, of how I listen to music and just me as a general person, is that while I do think that this album is good, I also feel like it's going to fall out of favor quickly with me. Not in the sense that, oh, I'm not going to like it, but there are other albums that I have been listening to for longer. Something like, Khalid with Free Spirit, things like that I'm probably still listening to that album more per week than I am with Crash Talk, even though it literally just came out like a week and a half ago. So, it's just kind of one of those things where I feel like the next album that comes out that really kind of catches me, this will be one of the first ones to fall off. So again, not a bad album by any means, absolutely nothing for me like the Blank Face LP, but still maybe not something that is just completely taking all of my attention and focusing it right on that album. So because of that, because of all of those things mixed up into one big ball and throw it again straight at your face, I'm going to give the brand new album by Schoolboy Q, Crash Talk, a 7.5 out of 10. Well, you guys, thank you so much for once again coming and stopping by a brand new episode and a review here on my ongoing series, RPG Reviews, Previews, and General News. So, until I come with my next episode, until I come with my next review, you know what to do. Keep it locked right here on the channel with your boy, RPG Red, Purple, Gold. So until my next video, peace.